You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become?
Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neil, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neil, sitting here in almost full studio with Ken and Matt. How are you?
Dick Gutley.
And Dick Gutley's back. What's on the docket today, Dick?
Well, the weather's perfect out there. We got some ladies in the studio.
No, there's not. There's never ladies in the studio.
No shock jocks here.
Yeah, no ladies ever visit Dick Gutley at the studio because.
But no Jeff either.
No, Jeff isn't going to get a lawsuit like Dick Gutley at some point. But yeah, Jeff isn't here.
I hate
I think
Dick
he's
Gutley.
still at the puppy factory.
He's still at the puppy factory.
We don't say puppy factory.
Well, it's like a Willy Wonka
pound.
version where they're happy puppies.
Yeah, he just couldn't choose one.
Yeah,
he's still
He's
there.
adopting a puppy, people.
Yeah, but he's been adopting it for several weeks now.
For several weeks. It's a long process. You need to make sure that the hairs match, that it's non-allergenic, allergenic, all that good stuff. So he's going to get a puppy.
Knowing Jeff, it's definitely got to be not allergenic.
And Jeff's going to be listening to this episode as he quality controls it. So Jeff, hopefully get a nice picture of the puppy so everyone can see it because it is our official dog.
He's got to roll a 20 on the die before he picks it.
Exactly. So
what a way to adopt a dog.
that's another way you can do it too. Just go there and roll a die. Well, we have a really special game prepared for you today, even though Jeff isn't here. I'm just going to be keeping score for you all at home and inserting the occasional joke. But first, we're going to introduce today's host. He has been on a game before, and he said that he wrote a game that he was excited to bring to us, which we're excited to play. He's coming to us from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Oakland 5 supporter on Patreon, Ian Bellovich. How are you, Ian?
Hey, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And why don't you remind everyone kind of what you're up to? I know you have some good news coming, or it just came from what you're doing over in school. But yeah, let us know what's going on.
Yeah, so I'm a incoming third-year medical student here in Tulsa, and I just took my first board exam on Friday. So
All
I
right.
think it went well, yeah. Don't get the results back yet for another month, but
Well, this is
think it
a
went well.
tentative congratulations.
Yeah, tentative.
yeah, thank you. And if I fail, we'll just edit this
We'll cut it out,
in
yeah.
post, right?
Yeah.
That's right. We can always fix it in post. Well, thank you for writing today's game. And thank you to our friends Tim Edwards and Cheyenne Fletcher of Questionable Company for introducing us to Ian, playtesting his game, and all that good stuff. So always nice to shout them out. And Cheyenne, who has our logo tattooed on his arm forever. So if you want to join Cheyenne, just reach out and we'll recommend a tattoo artist. We have
Is it his arm?
It's on his arm, yeah, on his forearm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember it being on his leg, but
No, yeah, on his arm, and no black ink on it. It's like the outlines
Yeah,
of
right.
the skin, whatever
Yeah.
that's called. Or I don't know what it's called. I don't really have
tattoo.
any tattoos apparently, so
Okay.
I'm not sure what it's called. Yeah.
okay.
But speaking of recommendations and referrals, one of our listeners who's been on the show before, Ian Schultze, made sure that we checked out the show that we're about to introduce. They do a great job over there. It's always fun listening to them and their banter. And they also have a Neil who spells his name the wrong way, but I'm not mad at him, I should say. I forgive him.
That's debatable.
It's debatable, even though there's more NEILs in the world, so whatever, I guess. I'm just not bitter about it. But we have two special guests from the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast, a great podcast you should check out. We'll let them talk about what their show is. We'd like to introduce Davo and Kels. Let's start with Davo. Thanks for setting this up for us. How are you guys doing today?
Hello, and welcome to the Triviality Podcast.
Nailed it.
I am your special guest, Davo. With me today, we have Kels.
Hello, everyone.
That's how we open every show.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Thanks for having us. This is great. This is wonderful.
Yeah.
We are the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast. We are very similar in flavor to your show, the Triviality Podcast, except we're not as smart and we're kind of weird.
Well, that's okay. I think we're kind of weird and not that smarty too, but I think we both have fun is what the important thing is.
Yeah.
That's the important. We impart a little bit of knowledge and a lot of laughs. That's kind of our goal.
Awesome. Well, we enjoy the show a lot. And Kels, where can people find you to listen to the show? Because we were on Operation Switcheroo with you, thanks to Moxie LaBouche, this past April Fools, which hopefully everyone on our feed got a taste of your show. But where can people find you?
Oh, in the wilderness, I've found to be the most successful place to find our show. But if you don't find us there, we Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast on Spotify, with iTunes, YouTube, our website. We're
all
out
the
there.
places.
Come check us out. Yeah, all the places.
Awesome. Well, if you want to continue the laughs and get some trivia as well, definitely check out Brain Ladle Trivia. We're going to say the name a lot today to get you to check them out because Davo and Kels are going to be Team Brain Ladle, which is pretty easy to remember.
All right.
And they're going to face Matt and Ken.
Yeah, we're going to be Team Cortex Spatula.
Right. Sounds like a heavy metal band with cookware.
We are Cortex Spatula.
So we have our teams. So we're excited to play. Ian, you're the host. Any preference on the rules read?
Let's go classic. Let's go original Darren.
All right.
Original Darren.
So we want Darren, do your best Davo impression from the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
I am the cream.
All right, Davo, what'd you think of that impression? Was it pretty good?
That was all right. That was pretty solid. I have a little bit more nuance, but I think it works.
All right, so he was missing
Clean it up, Darren. Clean it up.
He was missing the classic Davo subtext, but we'll give him another
There's
try.
lack of it. Yeah, work on that.
All right, I'm going to keep score. Ian, take it away.
All righty. So my first round here is going to be general knowledge, still 10 points apiece. Tried to change a couple questions up so we don't have any repeats from some of the previous episodes. All right, so let's get into it. Question number 1, She's the Man. This is a movies question. Sometimes the Academy Awards steal the limelight when it comes to movie trivia, but it's not the only award show that produces great content. I want you to name the only 2 men who have won a Golden Raspberry Award for performing in female roles, i.e. they won an award for Worst Actress. And I'll give you half credit of 5 points if you give me one answer.
All right, we'll go ahead and lock in here. I think we have an inkling.
There was a terrible movie called Jack and Jill, and pretty sure Adam Sandler would have been nominated for. He's my definite.
They should name the
I was trying
category
to think
after
of
that movie.
Oh, I thought of somebody else. It could be Eddie Murphy for Norbit.
Yeah, we'll go with your answers because mine don't make as much sense as yours.
All right, cool. So you guys are in with Adam Sandler and Eddie Murphy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we too said Adam Sandler for Jack and Jill, and the other one we thought maybe White Chicks.
Mm-hmm.
Although they played people dressing up as women.
Yeah, but I don't know. We ended up going with Shawn Wayne's just to have some white chicks representation on the show.
Oscar winner Shawn Wayans.
All right, I heard one correct answer between you guys there. That was Adam Sandler for Jack and Jill in 2011. Also, big one you're forgetting, Tyler Perry for A Medea Christmas and Boo 2, A Medea Halloween.
That's
twice. Can't forget those. Yeah, he was so good. He got 2 of them.
All right, so 5 points apiece for Adam Sandler.
All righty, yep, half score there. Okay, question number 2. I've got friends in low places. This is a geography question. Name either of the 2 world capitals that are situated below sea level. I'll give you 5 points extra if you name me both.
I have no idea on this question, Matt, but I like your guess. And you could just throw another one in there.
So, Kels, what's the capital of the Netherlands? Well, essentially the whole country's underwater. So that's my thought.
It's not Amsterdam, is it?
Yeah.
Is that the capital?
Let's go with Amsterdam, I think, or The Hague.
Okay. I don't think it's The Hague.
Yeah. So, what about this? Is a great question, by the way, Ian. I'm loving this question. Let's do Amsterdam and um, the other one. Let's be kind of funny because we obviously don't know.
Okay. What you thinking? How funny you want to
Washington D.C. because we owe a lot of money, man.
Sure.
We're very underwater.
What's wrong with those then?
So for the first one, we were thinking possibly Damascus. It's the answer for a lot of trivia type stuff, so we tend to
Oldest city.
Yeah, so maybe it's sunk over the years. I don't know. And then we also said capital of Argentina, Buenos Aires.
Okay, well, Team Brain Ladle is getting full points here.
Wow.
I've got the Amsterdam, Netherlands. The harder one was Baku in Azerbaijan. You guys were very close on the Washington, D.C. I believe they're I think it's like 4 feet above sea level.
Oh,
pretty close. Wow. But only 2 in the negative, so good job, guys.
So many places going to be turning into Waterworld with Kevin Costner, apparently.
That's unfortunate.
Alrighty, let's move on to question number 3 here. They laid an egg. This is a sports question. There are currently 124 teams in the Big Four American professional sports leagues, even if you include the Chicago Bears. 115 of these franchises are based in the United States. What are the only 2 teams that are named after the official state bird of their respective home states?
Okay, we are going to lock in with some answers.
So, Davo, I know one for sure is the Pelicans of New Orleans.
Yeah. I was thinking the St. Louis Cardinals because I think the state bird of Arizona is the Roadrunner.
What do we say, Matt?
Pelicans is a really, really good answer that I didn't think of. We ended up saying the Baltimore Orioles and then went with the Philly Eagles because who knows?
Yep, you guys should have joined forces on this question here because I've got the Baltimore Orioles, state bird of Maryland, and the New Orleans Pelicans, the Brown Pelicans, state bird of Louisiana.
So 5 points each?
Yeah, half points.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Is it bad of me that I only think of Orioles as baseball players and not a bird?
Not an actual bird.
I forget that as well, but I think the real question here is how is Big Cardinal getting into sports so much?
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, the Cardinals, I think the Cardinal is the state bird of Illinois, but not Missouri. I think that's the bluebird, Eastern bluebird.
We are the Cardinals.
Yeah, it should be the Illinois Cardinals.
We'll get there.
All right. Question number 4. Storied career. This is a music question. I can't believe this is true, but this woman is the only artist to date to have a #1 single on a Billboard chart in 6 consecutive decades, spanning from the 1960s to the 2010s. Who is she?
Okay, me and Matt have an idea, so we're going to go ahead and lock in here.
Well, I like to honor Dolly Parton every chance I get. So, are you good with Dolly Parton?
Hey, man, I tumble to the bed and hustle to the kitchen. Pour myself a cup of ambition.
All right,
Let's
so
roll
we're
with
going Dolly Parton?
Dolly Parton.
All right, I think we're going with Cher, right, Matt?
Mm-hmm. We believe in life after love. Well, I don't know how the song goes, but we got Cher.
Yep, if you guys caught the hint there, I said I can't believe. Yes, this is Cher.
Oh, and you flipped your hair back just like Cher when you answered, which is kind of funny because you don't have like the long mane of Cher.
Turn back time.
Yeah, but you did the great hair flip.
Yeah.
So
It's the magic of editing.
And you're wearing a very deep
I'm
V
not.
that's bedazzled.
All right. Speaking of editing, the next question, number 5, is in sound design. This is a movie question. In Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, the Rancor, kept as a pet by Jabba, is fed the guests that displease the warlord, with one notable exception, of course. The beast is depicted as an enormous reptilian carnivore known as a vicious fighter, but the growls and sounds were generated by a much different creature. Name this very real animal that provides the voice of the Rancor, according to sound designer Ben Burt. No word on whether they were bred to flush badgers.
Is that a college sports thing?
I'll leave that up to you.
Right, I'm asking Matt.
I know you're asking. I
think
there's
Matt
a lot of
and
clues that
I-
lead to that.
Yeah, I think Matt and I are in agreement, so we're locked in.
Terriers. I thought terriers. A terrier was used to flush badgers.
Something
I
you
think
pick
it's
up
going to
on
be
the
some kind of.
streets, or
Yeah.
In his day-to-day badger fighting.
You know what I'm saying.
pick up what you're putting down.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a terrier. I think it's going to be a small dog, like a terrier.
Okay, we got a terrier.
Ken mentioned it might be a college football thing. Badgers being from Wisconsin, one of their main rivals would be Michigan. I think this might be a Wolverine.
All right, so we've got Terrier and Wolverine. You guys are very close. The dog that flushes badgers, that would be a Dachshund. Dachshund snarls and yips were the voice of the Rancor. And another fun fact is the T-Rex in Jurassic Park, I believe, was a Jack Russell Terrier.
Wow, and it was probably the same one from Frasier. He had a mean streak.
Yep, Wishbone. It was Eddie.
And Wishbone, yeah. So after the first 5 questions, we're all going to be yipping here in studio and beyond. It looks like Brain Ladle has 15 points after the first 5, and Team Cortex Spatula just 5 ahead of them with 20. So very close game.
It's anybody's game.
It is.
It's anybody's game. Going into question number 6. Calculate pi to 9 digits. This is a European history question. One of the most unique items on display at the Museo Galileo in Florence, Italy, is this body part of polymath Galileo Galilei. Maybe it's aimed at the Vatican for a reason.
How dirty do you want to make it?
I don't know if you can get 9 digits of pi on there.
Hey-o.
Now that's a tattoo I want to see a listener get.
What are you thinking? Like a peg leg? What do we got here?
All right. Me and Matt have an idea here thanks to some clues, and we're going to go ahead and lock in.
I was thinking his hands.
Who's going to throw those hands at the Vatican?
Yeah, well, I was thinking badoom, you know? But...
Oh, and just for the listeners at home, Davo showed us a bird that wasn't a cardinal, if you get my drift.
That's badoom is the universal.
Everyone knows
the podcast version of I'm thinking hands. It could be he could be looking at the Vatican. Let's go with hands. Why not? Let's have him throw these hands.
All right, so Galileo's throwing hands.
Throwing hands.
Yeah, we thought he would be mad at the Vatican. I believe he was arrested by the church back in the day, so we thought maybe they'd give him the middle finger. So we said his middle finger.
Yep, the 9th digit of pi is 3. Your 3rd digit is your middle finger. It's his right middle finger.
I say we give him points because
I would have said be more specific.
Correct.
Yeah,
he gave the middle finger to all of us.
He gave the badoom.
He gave the hand. He gave the hand and the reasoning. So points for both.
And for Kels, like Braun Strowman says, get these hands.
Get these hands.
Good job, guys. His interesting note: his finger was severed in 1737, and it was rediscovered in 2009 at an auction. So who knows what people did with his hands for that long?
Wow!
Hey guys, look what I got. Galileo's finger.
Galileo's finger. Yeah, that's definitely not something you'd find on the adult shops.
Okay, question number 7. Finger looking good. See what I did there? It's a television question. In season 2 of Breaking Bad, Saul Goodman arranges for Walt and Jesse to meet a potential buyer of their high-quality meth at a fast food chicken joint. We later learn that the manager of the restaurant is in fact the franchise owner and an international drug kingpin who uses his restaurants for his illicit operations. What is the name of Gustavo Fring's restaurant chain?
Yeah, I thought I knew it, though I've never seen the show, and Matt confirmed. So we're in.
Yeah, we'll lock into Pollos Hermanos.
Okay.
I'm going with the Chicken Brothers, Los Pollos Hermanos.
Yep, very good. Los Pollos Hermanos.
Where you'll find a very good box cutter.
Spoilers. no fly swatter.
Come on. Alrighty, question number 8. No need for omeprazole. This is a biology question. The platypus is widely known for being an oddball of the animal kingdom. It has a duck bill, a beaver tail, and a venomous spur. It lacks nipples, uses electrolocation, and lays eggs. Strangely, though, like other monotremes and some fish, it lacks what internal organ?
So Neil pointed to himself, saying that maybe he takes his medication.
I take omeprazole in the morning, yeah.
Okay. I don't know what it does.
But I also lack nipples, and I do lay eggs, though.
I don't know what this does, but what would something Neil would need?
A soul.
Platypi don't have souls.
Shang Tsung took my soul long ago.
A back tattoo.
Your soul is mine.
It's gotta be something.
Neil has
it's
so
gotta
many.
be something that a platypus could lack.
Neil has so many medical ailments that we can't even narrow it down.
What it's for.
That's why you call me the WebMD of podcasting, because I'm just a laundry list of ailments.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and lock in. We've deciphered Neil's ailments, and maybe we have an idea.
All right, so I take omeprazole at night, and it's for heartburn and acid reflux.
Ooh.
Yeah. I like spicy food, and it ruined me. So
I watched it ruin you a couple times.
I'm thinking it's a gallbladder.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
I'm thinking gallbladder.
Are you guys going gallbladder?
I think gallbladder makes sense.
All right. And what did we say? We said like inner ear?
Yeah, ear canal, some inner eardrum, I don't know. General ear.
I do have vestibular issues, but that's not what my omeprazole is for.
All right, yeah, it's not Neil's Limitless pill, but it is omeprazole, if you caught the clue. It is for heartburn, yes, so it's going to be a proton pump inhibitor. Helps reduce your stomach acid, so it is the stomach.
So they have no stomach.
They have no stomach?
They have no stomach,
No
yep.
stomach?
Food travels straight from their esophagus into their intestines, and they don't have nearly as an acidic environment in there as we do.
That's weird.
I didn't think you could live without a stomach. That's why I didn't say stomach. That's ridiculous.
Maybe me and
Unless you're a
Davo need a platypus transplant of their body
I
and
would
ours.
Totally dig that, man. I would love it.
No, you wouldn't.
Behold, platypus man.
Okay, so no points on that one. We'll go to question 9 here. Eponymous geography. Speaking of the land down under, can you name the capital city of the Northern Territory of Australia? This city is the smallest, wettest, and most northerly of the Australian capital cities, and it is the eponym of an individual who came across the platypus during an 1836 excursion of the Blue Mountains.
I like your answer.
All right, we're locked in. Maybe not so good, though.
Yeah, apologies to our Australian listeners if they're very incorrect.
But Brain Ladle would like to apologize as well, because we're essentially, I think, going to go through the list of Australian cities we know and pick one that sounds good.
Yep. That's exactly what we're going to do.
So we need to pick an Australian city because we genuinely don't know. So let's pick Brisbane.
All right, we picked Victoria. I don't think Victoria personally went, but that's what we're going with.
Very adventurous.
Yeah, I don't think the Queen was trouncing around the jungle in that time, but if you think about your famous naturalists, it would be Charles Darwin himself. Darwin, Australia.
Darwin.
I'm walking through the desert here, and there's so much bush. I don't know why they call it the bush. I've only seen dirt and snakes.
What is that beaver doing to that duck?
This duck, the platypus, I was told has no stomach. Can you believe it? I dare say.
I shall have to leave my omeprazole at home.
I would watch this movie, though.
As long as it's
the Queen Down Under.
I was going to say, yeah, it's like a 7-part miniseries with different actors every time, every
Charlize
season.
Theron is.
Is that the new spin-off of The Crown or what?
Yeah. It's called The Bush. The Queen's Bush. The Queen's Bush.
On HBO.
Jeeves, please pull around my Range Rover. I'd like to drive across the bush, please.
All right, let's finish this first section off here.
I'm sorry, Australians. I'm sorry. Food and drink is your last question of the category here. Sorry, last question of the round here. What is the name for the South Asian leafy green dish often made from spinach, mustard greens, or collard greens? It is typically spiced and commonly served with other ingredients like lamb or paneer, along with breads like roti or naan.
Okay, we're locked in.
Yeah, I was like, I stopped listening after South Asian dish.
You knew it right away. I have no idea.
I didn't know it. I knew Ken knew it.
Yeah, I'm not 100% certain. It sounds paneer leads me to think it's Indian, and I'm going to say kofta. Kofta, not kafka. Kofta.
It's very kofta-esque.
Yeah,
we're gonna go with sog. Or sog.
Yep, the correct answer is sog. Good job, guys. 10 points.
Like SAAG?
Correct.
SAAG, yep.
Okay.
Sog. I've never heard of that before. I've
very
heard of gruel.
Maybe we should have some sog in the studio on one of our upcoming episodes.
We could do that. We'll have some sog.
We tried the dates.
Oh, yeah.
We should try some sog.
Yeah, we did try dates. Was that on a Patreon bonus?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Patreon, it's the end of the first round. I'm going to give you the scores in 1 second, but just want to say thank you to all our Patreon subscribers, including Ian, for helping us continue to grow the show, helping us record fun episodes like our Ask Me Anything style crop drop and our normal monthly Patreon bonus, which is more trivia focused. And then having us just be able to get new equipment and invite great guests like Davo and Kels from Brain Ladle Trivia over using our app Zencaster here. So a lot of great things that Patreon is allowing us to do. So
and putting in that in-ground pool.
And the in-ground pool that we're going to come out of like Phoebe Cates and Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yes.
So yeah, you can join Ian and everyone else at patreon.com/Triviality Podcasts. And speaking of support, it looks like Davo and Kels are supporting each other to 50 points, which is the same score that Cortex Spatula has. So it's a very even game. You might say the most even the game can get.
Yep.
I would say that.
Do you think we should have been Cerebral Spatula?
I think that we could not turn back time, and we'll.
Oh, I can turn back time, and you will now forever be known as Cerebral Spatula.
That's fine.
But Ian, who isn't turning back time, we're going to move forward with Ian. What is the swing round today?
Okay, yeah. First round was general. Second round and third round here, I'm going to transition into some Oklahoma questions. So this round, it's going to be 10 questions worth 5 points apiece. I'll read you a list of famous people, and I need you to tell me whether they are from Oklahoma, they are dead, they are neither, or they are both. So for example, if I said Gary Busey, you would say Oklahoma because he was born here in Tulsa and he is somehow still alive. Since there are 10 questions, there will not be an even distribution of your answers. Okay, so Oklahoma, dead, neither, or both. Are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Number 1, Barry Switzer. Number 2, Olivia Munn. Number 3, Mickey Mantle. Number 4, Roy Orbison. Number 5, Tommy Lee Jones. Number 6, Sam Walton. Number 7, Brad Pitt. Number 8, Rick Bayless. Number 9, Rex Ryan. And number 10, Timothy McVeigh.
All right. Those are the questions. We'll let you know if they're from Oklahoma, dead, neither, or both after this break.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become? Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
And we are back from our break. The game is Oklahoma dead, neither, or both. So let's get the names one more time, and we'll let you know if we think they're alive in Oklahoma, dead, neither, or both.
Okay, number 1, Barry Switzer.
That one, we think this person is alive, very much alive, and we said they are from Oklahoma, so we said Oklahoma.
We said both.
Okay, no points on that one. It is neither. He's alive and he's born in Arkansas.
Oh.
Everyone associates him with Oklahoma and Texas, but he's from the third state. Okay, number 2, Olivia Munn.
Very much alive. Not sure where she's from. We said neither.
She is alive and from Oklahoma.
Yep. Points to Brain Ladle. It is Oklahoma. She was born in Oklahoma City. Okay, number 3, Mickey Mantle.
Very much dead. We think not from Oklahoma, so we said dead.
Both.
Okay, points to Brain Ladle again. It is both. He was born in Spavinaw.
It's not looking good, man.
No, we don't know our Oklahomans.
4, Roy Orbison.
Definitely dead. Maybe from Oklahoma. We said both.
Definitely dead. We don't think he's from Oklahoma, so we said neither, I guess.
Or dead would be the...
Dead. He's dead.
Yeah. He's just dead.
He's just dead.
All right, 3 in a row for you guys. He is dead. He was born in Texas. Number 5, Tommy Lee Jones.
We said Oklahoma.
We said neither.
Make it 4 in a row. Neither. He was born in Texas as well.
What the heck, man?
Mm-mm.
We're on a
number
streak
6.
too. Just for the record, we have a streak going.
Yeah, I guess you've equaled the streak. Yeah, you're beating the streak. Okay, Sam Walton, number 6.
We said both.
We said just dead. I don't think he's from Oklahoma.
Just dead.
Okay, Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, probably most associated with Arkansas, but he was born in Kingfisher, Oklahoma.
Oh,
so
we
got points to the spatulas.
Dang it.
We were due.
That was your first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
We couldn't ask good old JR. I would know that one.
Okay, number 7, Brad Pitt.
We said neither, not knowing where he's from.
I think he's from Missouri, so I said we said neither as well.
Neil, do you know this one?
Yeah, I think he's from Missouri. I think they're correct.
Well, I mean, he might have grown up there, but he was born in Shawnee, Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
So another Oklahoma. Number 8, Rick Bayless.
Not sure where he's from, but he's alive. I believe he's a celebrity chef, and he liked my sister's dessert because he went to her restaurant. So we said neither.
All right, that's not fair because that's inside information.
That he's alive.
That's totally not fair because we didn't even know
wrong.
who he was. So that's bunk.
Who he is.
First of all. Well,
We're trying to kill Rick Bayless.
Oh, I'm trying to kill Rick Bayless. We said he was both.
Rick Bayless is very much alive, and he and his brother Skip were born in Oklahoma City.
Oh, man.
His brother is Skip?
Yep.
So Davo, if you ever go to the store and you see Frontera Grill chips or tacos or anything, that's Rick Bayless. So you can get those and say he is alive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And speaking, this round for both teams has been no small feat. On to number 9.
Number 9, everyone's favorite lovable coach, Rex Ryan. Where's he from?
I see what you did there. That was great.
Thank you.
We said neither.
We said no, we said he's alive and from Oklahoma.
So Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. I'll remember the format eventually.
Yep, Rex and his twin brother Rob are from Oklahoma. They were born in Ardmore.
We didn't think enough of these people were from Oklahoma is the problem.
I thought Rex Ryan was born at some point when Buddy was coaching in either Philadelphia or Chicago. So I would have guessed he was from either of those
I wonder,
cities.
yeah, is he from from Oklahoma? You said so.
Yeah. So maybe they flew back home and had him there. I don't know.
All right, last one, Timothy McVeigh.
Unless this is
Ended on
a
a high
trick.
note.
Yeah, right. We said both.
We said both as well.
Well, it would be a trick because he is from New York, and he's just plain old dead.
Good.
Yeah. Well, we got 5 points.
Yeah.
We got 5
Can
points.
you count that up?
Is this the worst swing round performance of all time?
It was a great format, though. It was just the performance was not good, right? It was like a lot of Rex Ryan's defenses as head coach. So after the swing round,
They won a Super Bowl, Neil.
no, Rex Ryan, not Buddy Ryan. Not as good as his dad. The apple didn't fall far from the tree, or did fall far from the
I
tree.
don't know.
Whatever that phrase is. And after that inventive swing round, even though the performances weren't great, like Rex Ryan's head coaching career, it looks like Team Cerebral Spatula is picking up 5 points, bringing their total to 55. And Team Brain Ladle picking up 25 points, bringing them to 75 and taking the lead.
All righty, let's move on to the second round here. Second round again is going to be more Oklahoma trivia. Our first question is in history. Oklahoma has the largest Native American population of any state in the U.S. Many of the 250,000 American Indians living in Oklahoma are descended from the 67 tribes who inhabited the former Indian Territory. Today, Oklahoma is the tribal headquarters of 39 tribes. For 2 points apiece, name what are historically considered the 5 civilized tribes of Oklahoma.
All right, we are going to go ahead and lock in. We don't really have a base of knowledge on this question, so we're just going to name some tribes.
All right, Kels, I got Cherokee, I have Creek, I have Choctaw.
So I also have Cherokee.
I wrote
Creek.
down... Yeah, me too. I wrote down Muskogee.
So did I.
I believe
and
that's a tribe. Osage. I didn't write down Osage. Okay. So let's go with, for a clean edit, let's go with Cherokee, Creek, Choctaw, Muskogee, and Osage.
Okay. Sounds like you have a more educated guess than we do. We just had to pick some tribes because this is not our best category. I really need to look at a map of the nations. But
I was in Oklahoma yesterday.
There you go.
Man.
We went with Navajo, Sioux, Apache, Cheyenne, and Cherokee.
Okay, so my 5 here are Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Muskogee is synonymous with Creek, and Seminole.
I got 3.
Seminole.
So you guys got Brain Ladle got 3, and
we got
you
2.
guys got 1, I believe.
Yeah,
or 2.
Or we got 1 for 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Alrighty. And I just had to throw that one out there because a lot of these Native American tribes really contribute to the history and culture of what makes Oklahoma a unique state. Number 2 is a music question. The American bison is the state mammal, milk is the state beverage, and Do You Realize is the state rock song performed by this psychedelic rock band from Oklahoma City.
Now we're talking.
Brothers in the band say that the group's name references a high school classmate who contracted herpes.
That's where it comes
That's
from?
gross to know, but we're in.
We're not in, because my first thought was Leonard Skinner, but I think they're from Florida.
And I don't think their gym teacher had herpes that we know of.
No. I'm not a psychedelic rock guy.
Yeah, and up until the psychedelic rock part, I was thinking about Gap Band, but they are not psychedelic, nor are they rock. They're from Tulsa anyway, so
seems like a problem.
Why don't we just say the Gap Band, because they're actually from Oklahoma.
But it's
Tulsa.
Tulsa.
All right, so won the Gap Band with their nice sweaters and khakis, and we're gonna go with the Flaming Lips.
Yep, that'd be right. The Flaming Lips. And I'll leave that up to your interpretation.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the Gap Band, one of my favorite facts is Dave Grohl admits that the opening drum beat to "Smells Like Teen Spirit" is from the Gap Band.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Yep.
he loved the Gap Band, and he took the disco drums from there.
Nice.
Gap Band is from Tulsa.
Tulsa.
Do we get a bonus point for Oklahoma band knowledge, or how's that
You
roll?
don't need extra points right now.
Really?
Okay, question number 3. This is a science question. Ranking behind only Chile and Japan in yearly production, Oklahoma is the only state that produces this diatomic element that is the heaviest of the stable halogens.
All right, we are locked in here, just based on a guess what we think a stable halogen might be.
Kels, you want to call Sensei real quick? Because he'd know this in 2 seconds.
I mean, yeah.
No phone a friend.
He's probably just talking about this.
That wasn't what I was told.
Because I haven't the slightest idea. I don't even know which way to go with this.
Well, the Chile and Japan make me want to think something with electronics. So I'm probably way off base,
neon?
but you want to go with something like neon?
Ooh, they both said it.
Let's do neon.
Let's go neon. Why not?
Yeah, when I think of halogen, I think of light bulbs. I don't really know the science, so we said neon.
Okay, neon is a noble gas, I believe.
Oh, come
Answer
on.
is iodine.
Oh.
Oklahoma is the only place in the U.S. we get iodine. And it's also, they store it in the same region out in the western part of the state where the largest helium reserves are.
That's really interesting. Oh, sorry, I just had some helium there.
Okay. Sound like Dutch boy got kicked in the nuts.
Well, let's go to another Jeff type question here. Let's do geography.
Speaking of noble gases in the sweat lodge.
Cimarron County is the only county in the United States to border 4 other states. What are those states?
All right, we are going to go ahead and lock in. We're not sure on our geography, but we at least know the county that you're talking about.
So I'm not 100% clear, but I don't think it's on the eastern side of the state.
You thinking the Panhandle?
I'm thinking the Panhandle.
So.
And like the very far west of the Panhandle.
I thought you guys are called Brain Ladle.
Any kind of kitchen utensil is good with us, man. So I'm thinking something like Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, that kind of side.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking.
Kansas is directly north. Okay.
So, well, if it's
go ahead and do it there, Kels.
But you want to go with Kansas? You want to go Kansas, Colorado, Arizona, and Texas?
New Mexico and Texas.
New Mexico, not Arizona. Yeah, New Mexico.
Yeah, we thought it was the Panhandle too, but we don't know our geography, so we said some stuff.
Yeah, we went
Texas,
way too far west.
Nevada,
Utah,
and
Colorado.
Okay, well, you guys don't know where Oklahoma is.
That's true.
Okay, I've got Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, and Kansas.
Ugh.
Brain Ladle nailed them all. Yeah, Cimarron County is a weird place. It's the furthest west. It's got the highest point in Oklahoma. The county seat there observes Mountain Standard Time, and it was the county in the U.S. that most heavily favored Trump in 2020 at 92%.
How interesting.
To show why I'm glad
place.
I'm not I'm loving listening to the game, but I'm glad I'm not playing because of the geography question, because when I heard Cimarron, I thought of the 1931 Glenn Ford movie, which is not helpful at all.
Yep. It's right next to Cimarron, New Mexico. Yeah, just across the border. Okay, number 5. Maybe this will give Neil some joy. It's a history question, but also a movie question. While exercising in a Tulsa park early in the morning of January 22nd, 1997, Lottie Williams became the first and so far only person to do what? I'll give you a hint. It may happen again if the scenario portrayed in an award-winning Alfonso Cuarón movie occurs off the big screen.
I have nothing else. I just know it's something that people talk about that's like never happened but could have happened.
Okay, we are locking in with something weird.
Let's get weird.
Yeah, this one's a tough one.
So, Kels, did Cuarón do Gravity?
I think so. So,
because I was wondering if she might have been hit by a meteor.
You want to go with that?
It sounds like a really rare occurrence. He did it as, yeah, sure, let's go with it.
You said she's the only, Lottie Williams is the only person that this happened to, so.
All right. Hit by a meteor.
Are you sure, Davo? Are you sure?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Matt wrote, I wrote down a bunch of Alfonso Cuarón films and couldn't quite place an event. And Matt wrote down spontaneous combustion. And I was like, well, there was a fire in Roma, so let's go for it.
Oh, I wish it was that one. We'll have to use our discretion here, but very close. She was hit by space debris. So she was hit by a blackened mesh fragment from a Delta II rocket that was used to launch the mid-course space experiment in the year prior.
All right, give it to him. But if you guys have another cusp answer, it's going to Team Spatula next time.
It's fair.
Yeah, if you look at the original reporting and interviews with Lottie, she thought someone had tapped her on the shoulder. It was that light.
I can see it in like a comedy movie where there's a huge meteor coming and the government's watching and they're like, this thing is the size of 3 miles or whatever, and there's someone's doing like Tai Chi in the park, and all of a sudden it comes and it's really scary and it's just like a pebble. It's like bink.
Oh, wow.
After 5 questions in the second round here, looks like Brain Ladle's picking up, I couldn't do the math, 21 to get to 96, and Cerebral Spatula picking up 12, bringing them to 77. So Brain Ladle extending that lead.
Okay, question 6, architecture. Oklahoma is home to only 3 structures designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. The first is the West Hope home, built in 1929 in Midtown Tulsa, not far from where I live. The second is a home built in 1954 for Harold Price Jr. in Bartlesville. What was unique about the third building that was constructed for Harold's father?
Okay, we're going to lock in with a guess here.
No, and also, I'm wondering if it was a geodesic dome.
Ooh.
So I've seen a few of those
fancy
out here.
enough for us to use.
I'm wondering,
I
wonder if it was a dome, but I don't know if...
Sometimes you just want to get an answer that sounds smart enough, you know?
Smartish. It's got a multisyllabic word.
I love Davo making jokes, and then all of a sudden he pulls out geodesic dome out of nowhere.
So we got a geodesic dome, and what did we say? Like idiots.
Huh?
We said underground.
Underground. I wasn't listening.
Like the mole people?
Okay, this is the only Frank Lloyd Wright skyscraper ever built. It's one of the 2 vertically oriented buildings of his portfolio. The other one is the S.C. Johnson headquarters in Racine, Wisconsin.
I didn't know he had a skyscraper. What's the name of this building?
Yep. So come to Bartlesville. It's about an hour north of Tulsa, and it's called the Price Tower. And now it's a little museum and hotel there.
Oh wow!
You can't miss it. It's just about the only thing in Bartlesville, but
it's almost Nakatomi Plaza-esque. Looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool building.
So if you're game, Ian, I will trap you into that building and come in hot with a beard and a German accent and see if you can get out.
I'll wait in the car with Carl Winslow.
I love it.
FB.
Question number 7 is in medicine. If you spent time in a hospital room, you've likely seen the Wong-Baker scale. Originally designed for use with children, this tool was developed at Hillcrest Medical Center by Donna Wong and Connie Baker in 1983 to measure what, sometimes called the 5th vital sign.
All right, we're locked in.
Is it the pain scale thing?
All right, so there's heart rate.
You think?
Yeah, I'm thinking pain scale because there's heart rate, respiration, pulse, and 2 others, I'm sure.
And the rest.
Here I'm killing
2 others. And friends.
Let's do the pain scale. I like that.
Okay, when you're in a doctor's office, you always see the smiley faces, and then they get less smiley, and then they start to be sad and angry. And I guess that's the pain scale. I was in a hospital room for 5 days last year and had no pain, so I was always smiley face. But what is it?
Yep, you guys got it right. It is the pain scale. Yep. Showing faces rating pain from 1 to 10.
Can we
And
have
what are the other 2
smiling and
vitals?
crying?
Can we have one of those for the podcast, like for both of ours? Like on every episode,
Yeah.
there's a little scale you click.
How badly it's going.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this game?
What are the other 2 vital signs that I missed? Med student men.
Probably be blood pressure, heart rate, temperature.
I missed blood pressure and
The
temperature.
4th one is either respiration or blood oxygen. I don't know. Probably one of those 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's 5.
It's going to be on your
The
test.
5th one is pain.
Pain is considered the 5th one.
All right, just checking.
It's really
midi-chlorines.
You got me.
It's really a silent one though, because we know pain doesn't hurt.
Subjective scale.
Oh, pain don't hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, number 8 is a history question. Oklahoma's major army post, Fort Sill, is situated north of Lawton. It is currently one of the 4 sites for Army basic training and home to the U.S. Army Field Artillery School. In the past, however, it was a strategic staging point for conflicts with Native American tribes in the Southwest and a location for holding prisoners of war. I want to know who is the most famous person to be buried at the Fort Sill cemeteries. He was captured in 1894 and died in 1909.
All right, we're going with a good answer. Doesn't fit all the pieces, but maybe there's more to this than we know. So, locked in.
Yeah, I had a couple thoughts. I now have 3 thoughts.
Ooh,
No?
What are they?
Just
maybe,
2.
Maybe ours match up.
I was thinking something like Sitting Bull.
He was my first.
Or Crazy Horse.
I didn't think of Crazy Horse.
Maybe Santa Ana. So, what do you want to go with? You want to go with Sitting Bull?
We'll go with Sitting Bull.
All right, we went with the other side of this general conflict, and we said Custer.
It was Geronimo.
Oh.
The Apache warrior, yeah. So the Apaches and Cheyenne had a lot of conflict with the U.S. military around southwestern Oklahoma. Okay, question number 9. This one was for Neil, but he's not playing today, sadly.
I'll step in for Neil.
Yeah.
Essie Hinton is known for a young adult novel set in Oklahoma. Her 1967 novel, The Outsiders, is based on her experience attending class with rival gangs at Will Rogers High School. Similarly, her 1975 work, Rumblefish, follows the 14-year-old Rusty James, who smokes, drinks, fights, and hustles his way towards adulthood. Both novels were adapted by Hinton and Francis Ford Coppola into 1983 movies of the same names, each launching several careers. Who is the top-billing actor who appears in the movie adaptations of both The Outsiders and Rumblefish? And I want to note, there are 3 other actors in minor roles that appear in both films, but I want you to only name the top-billing role, i.e. they would have been on the movie poster.
All right, we know a lot of Outsiders actors, not sure who's top billed, and know nothing about Rumblefish, but we are in with a guess.
So, it was 1983. So
I think Matt Dillon was the big
cast.
brother. I think Matt Dillon was like the answer. Okay, well we can, because I can see like
because
the cover of
the
the DVD.
Be Emilio Estevez. Yeah,
or Tom Cruise or Ralph Macchio.
Stay Gold Dutch Boy. Stay Gold.
Or C. Thomas Howell.
yeah.
I think I'm.
So you want to go Matt Dillon?
My gut is saying Matt Dillon.
Okay, you guys say Matt Dillon. We wrote down Ralph Macchio, Swayze, Tom Cruise, Emilio, but we went with Matt Dillon. And Neil says?
Neil?
Matt Dillon.
What's the answer? Yeah, Matt Dillon is correct. Yeah, interesting note on that. A scene from Rumblefish was filmed in the back alley of the brewery I work at, so I see that historical plaque every time I take the trash out.
Cool.
Just like Matt Dillon.
Matt Dillon was here.
Matt Dillon was
I think I saw Matt Dillon's career out there.
There's speaking of that, I know it's completely unrelated to The Outsiders, but if you've seen Last Night in Soho, there's if you remember, if anyone's seen it, Terrence Stamp comes out of this like very narrow walkway from like the bottom of a pub. You remember? And so when they were filming, he told Edgar Wright, who was filming there because he thought it was cool looking, he said, "This is the most unremarkable staircase I've ever seen." And the bar put a plaque there that says "Most unremarkable staircase, Terrence Stamp."
Yeah, we've got a nice little picture of Mickey Rourke and Matt Dillon.
Unlikely duo.
Okay. Yeah. Number 10 is a sports question. There have been 8 Heisman Trophy winners from schools in Oklahoma. Can you name 5 out of 8 for full points?
No.
And I'll give you 20 points if you can name 7 or more.
All right. We are locked in. I'm just going to name 5.
Yeah, go. Give them the answers there, Kels.
All right, so Baker Mayfield, Sam Bradford, Kyler Murray, Barry Sanders, and White.
And also Billy Sims.
Billy Sims.
So we had Baker Mayfield, Barry Sanders, Kyler Murray, Sam Bradford, and Adrian Peterson. And that's all I got. 5.
Okay. 5 answers from you guys. I will read them in revert. No, I'll do them in the chronological order. They'll probably be the most difficult ones first. The toughest one is Billy Vessels, 1952. Didn't expect anyone to get that one.
Yeah.
Steve Owens, 1969. Billy Sims, 1978. Barry Sanders, 1988. Jason White, 2003. Sam Bradford, 2008. Baker Mayfield, 2017. And Kyler Murray, 2018. So I think Brain Ladle got full points on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys, Spatula, you got 4 of 5?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Okay. So no points on that one.
After regulation, it looks like Cerebral Spatula just needs to get those neurons flowing just a little bit better. They got 97 points after the...
You know what? We're going to switch to be Cortex Colander.
Cortex Colander going into the final round. So you only picked...
Because it's all just draining through.
You only picked up 20 points there. So yeah, you're at 97. And Brain Ladle still performing great. Picked up 30 points, bringing their total to 126 points going into the final round. So what are our final round categories that our teams can wager on?
Oklahoma. Okay. Oklahoma.
Well, you know, I was nice and I reverted back to some general knowledge here. So first question will be file this away. Varmints. Right hand man. Gaga for dogs. And Our Darkest Hour.
All the wagers are now locked in. Let's get those questions, Ian.
Okay, question 1. File this away. Only 8 hours after the attack on Pearl Harbor, Japanese forces began bombarding this world capital city before deploying troops to the area. The damage to U.S. military equipment stationed there ultimately led to the retreat of General Douglas MacArthur's forces. Don't worry, he came back. Number 2, varmints. Currently, there are 257 schools with football programs that participate in NCAA Division I competition. This includes both bowl and championship subdivisions. Some may call it discrimination, but only 2 teams have mascots that are rodents. Name both schools who last played one another in 2017. Number 3, right-hand man. During the tenure of which president has the United States endured the longest period without an acting vice president? He was the first vice president to assume the office of the presidency mid-term following the death of his ticket mate. Number 4, Gaga for dogs. Due to its disproportionate head-to-hip ratio, this dog breed is delivered by C-section in over 80% of births. It is one of the most popular dog breeds in the country and one of the most expensive, with average puppy prices north of $3,000. And Our Darkest Hour. Number 5. Beginning on May 31st, 1921, the single worst incident of racial violence in American history took place in the thriving Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma. The area was described by many as Black Wall Street, and the events of the Tulsa Race Massacre left as many as 300 dead and thousands without homes. Among the atrocities, self-deputized men took matters into their own hands and did what for the first time in American history? It would be another 20 years until the most famous instance of this type of assault occurred.
Okay, those are the questions. We'll be right back with our answers. Okay, all the answers are now in. We bet 15s all the way down. What did the other team bet?
They went 10, 15, 10, 20, 10.
All right. So it's going to come down to the answers to these questions, as per usual, of course. What is the first question?
Okay, question number 1, file this away. 8 hours after Pearl Harbor was attacked, what world capital city was bombarded by the Japanese?
File this
What'd
away,
you guys
I
have?
get it. Because Manila...
Good clue.
Yeah, we said Manila, Philippines.
We also said Manila.
Alrighty, you guys got it. Manila, Philippines is the answer for number 1. Number 2, out of the 257 schools with football programs in Division 1, what are the 2 that have mascots that are rodents?
Matt named the mascots, and I confirmed whether they were rodents or not, and what did we say?
Oregon State Beavers and the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
My dad would be so upset because he graduated from Minnesota, and I totally forgot about them. We said Oregon State Beavers and North Dakota State Jackrabbits.
Yep, I think you're thinking of South Dakota State.
Sure.
The Jackrabbits.
It's all one. It's a Dakota.
Rabbits are lagomorphs, not rodents. Yes, it is the beavers and the golden gophers. I called you a lagomorph.
How dare you, sir?
It's a family show.
All right, number 3. Which president endured the longest period without an acting vice president? He was the first president to assume the office midterm following the death of his ticket mate. What'd you guys have?
We said Tyler due to lack of coat on the previous president.
Bad planning for weather and way too verbose in his speech. We also said Tyler.
Yep, that'd be correct. And Tyler served for 3 years and 334 days without a vice president. No one was really sure what the Constitution said about that process.
So they did nothing.
So they just left it. And there are actually a lot of really long periods in the 1800s where the U.S. didn't have an acting vice president. Kind of scary. Mm-hmm. Okay, number 4. Which dog breed is delivered by C-section in over 80% of births and is very expensive, averaging over $3,000 a pup?
Matt was like, "Oh, I know this."
Mm-hmm. They kept breeding them to have bigger and bigger heads and their googly eyes.
Now they're not biologically feasible.
Yeah, French bulldogs, Frenchies.
We said English bulldogs.
Ooh.
Well, if you guys got the clue from the header there, Gaga for dogs, someone famous for having French bulldogs would be Lady Gaga.
But
I know English bulldogs are delivered that way a lot, but I don't believe their puppy price is that high.
Oh,
there's a finger pointing.
Oh my gosh!
Didn't the last 2 ties go to?
English bulldogs. Their heads aren't attached to their spine. They're so big and so heavy. Come on, man! Don't give me that Gaga.
We're on Amazon looking for English bulldogs right now. Hold on.
The fluffy French bulldogs are like $10,000 a puppy.
French they look about the same.
All right, doing some research. Looks like English bulldogs fit a lot of these categories too. Yeah,
we watched a lot of bulldog
Lady
birth
Gaga
videos.
is known for French bulldogs, but we'll go points to both teams for this one.
Okay, question number 5. What happened for the first time in American history during the Tulsa Race Massacre? It wouldn't happen, or the most significant occurrence of it wouldn't happen again for another 20 years.
We weren't exactly sure, but we put lynching.
We said immolation
because
of the fire bombings. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there'll have to be some discretion here. Yeah, if you go 20 years out from 1921, I referenced it in the first question. That would be Pearl Harbor. So the first bombing of a U.S. city occurred in Tulsa in 1921.
I say no points either way on that one.
Well, I won't complain because we've screwed a few lines.
After a crazy final round,
most disputed game in history, with our friends here from Brain Ladle, it looks like Brain Ladle is going to pick up 15 points in the final round, bringing them to 141. But Team Cortex Colander picking up 45 points, bringing their total to 142, a 1-point game. And the winners today are Cerebral, Cortex, Cerebral Spatula, etc. And they're today's cream of the crop.
The cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Oh, 1-point victory.
It's insane.
Yeah,
that was insane.
That's awesome, though. That was a great game.
It came down to the wire.
It was fun. It was a really great game.
Great game, great competitors.
Yes,
I see Kels is clutching his wrestling belt right now.
He's
he doesn't want to give it up.
No. He's gonna knock us out with it right now and then leave.
Well, let's start with our special guest today. Make sure everyone you check out Brain Ladle podcasts everywhere. But both of you, let's start with Davo. Any final words? Any shout outs where people can find you, all that good stuff?
Oh, we have a Patreon. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We are on the Google Play, the Spotify, anywhere your favorite podcast app, we will be there. Brain Ladle Trivia. We love doing the show. Thank you guys so much for having us here. We couldn't ask for a better team up. This has been great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yep, we can't wait to hopefully come on your show too and return the love. Thank you, Kels, for joining us today as well and wearing that belt. Any final words from you?
Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah. No, thank y'all for having us.
I'm going to clip that and use it if you don't mind. May I?
It's all yours. It's all yours.
Awesome. Ian, thank you so much for the great set of questions today. Learned a lot about Oklahoma.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys. Love being on the show. And I just wanted to give a shout out to my wife for putting up with me while I made all these questions, testing them out on hers, got on recordings like this, give me the time and space. I also want to thank Neil, thanked him at the top, but Tim and Cheyenne, I want to thank you guys again and your whole crew that helped me play test this. And at the time of this recording, we're only a week out from another mass shooting here in Tulsa. And if that bothers you, I really encourage you to volunteer your time or money at places like Everytown and Moms Demand Action, and get out and vote coming this fall if you want to see some change on that front.
Great message.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And with that'll be the episode for today.
Yep. For Matt, Ken, Jeff, Kels, Davo, Ian, my name is Neil, and that was Triviality. That sounds like an element Arnold would be talking about in some weird 80s obscure action movie, like, we have to find the dietetic element.
The stable halogens.
It's only in Oklahoma. We must run. Go.